Based on Tom Clancy's best-selling book series that your dad has probably read, Jack Ryan, the Amazon original series, follows a CIA analyst whose name is naturally Jack Ryan, who, after discovering some suspicious international transactions, uncovers the existence of a man named Suleiman, who is potentially the next Bin Laden. This sets up a cat and mouse game between these two characters, where Suleiman always seems to be 2 steps ahead of Jack and the CIA. At first, I was a bit afraid that they would romanticize his character. I think one of the things that the series does really well is how they handle the Suleiman character. He's someone who was affected by the United States intervention as a child, had to relocate to Paris, where as an adult was imprisoned after being baited by racist policemen. In prison, he was promptly radicalized by an extremist Muslim group in which he had found a brotherhood. But it's quickly shown his blind commitment to his mission negatively affected his relationship with his wife, his kids, and even his brother. He also leaves his young son behind when the police apprehend him. And of course, the way that he mercilessly goes about killing innocent people for the sake of the mission, which left me wondering what his mission really was. The series does a really good job at making you understand how Suleiman, a man who was shunned by his adoptive culture and who aspired to be a successful banker but faced bigotry in the aftermath of 9/11, could be lured by these types of ideals and sense of brotherhood. Okay, fine. I'll talk about Manhunk John Krasinski. I think that naturally this role just clicks with him. It sort of combines his previous acting experience in The Office with this role in 13 Hours. Jack is very much the straight man character that has a desk job. He's very content with this, and he's very reluctant when he actually has to go out into the field to pursue Suleiman. He has this very Boy Scout morality to him and wants to deal with the Suleiman problem straight on. This creates tension with his new supervisor, James Greer, who used to be one of the CIA's golden boy, until Greer became a disgrace after a failed operation and he was demoted back to desk duty in the form of a supervisor. It's a really interesting contrast with Jack Ryan's character, who also has a couple of skeletons in his own past. They're pretty much different sides to the same coin. Greer is more reserved, wants to plan things out, while Jack wants to jump right in and take care of things before they become a problem. This causes several clashes between them, and at first Jack wants to jump over Greer's head and go up the chain of command until Greer makes him see that he's doing things more on the down low. In the first episode, where Jack discovers this bank where the transactions are being done, he wants Greer to immediately shut down the bank account, but Greer wants to see where the money is going. It's interesting to see how these two characters work together. At times Jack has to compromise his ideals, but they do end up bonding even though it's only a professional relationship. I'm curious to see if Greer comes back for season 2, but at this point I'm not really sure and I haven't really looked into it. There's this character named Victor who is a drone pilot and remotely assassinates terrorist suspects. The weird thing about this character is that even though the show focuses on him and the toll that this sort of job takes on him, he ultimately isn't that important to the series. He accidentally and unknowingly plays a small role in the Suleiman situation, but he doesn't interact with Jack Ryan at all. I've been reading online that Tom Clancy likes to have these side characters that rarely get involved in the side story, but that's Clancy's way to explore different aspects of the military and the effects that these types of jobs will have on someone. I really did enjoy Victor's story. A lot of people found the way that his story closed to be very cheesy, but I thought it was very nice and fitting, and I'm a big sucker for cheesy stuff. This is a rather short watch. The season only has 8 episodes that last for 45 minutes each, and at one point it just becomes very fast paced. I feel that the problem that arose with this though is that in the beginning there was a lot of build up and hype in regards to Suleiman and what his plan was and him building up his army for it. Then everything kind of hits the fan and I wasn't sure if it was part of Suleiman's plan or how much his plan had to change after his home/headquarters were swatted. I think it would have been interesting to see how Suleiman knew the things that he knew, such as how he will know which hospital the president would be at. I heard somewhere that the first season was going to be 22 episodes, but then they ordered 8. But if that were the case, I assumed that they would have cut out Victor's storyline. There was this whole notion where it seemed like Suleiman would have this very personal vendetta against Jack Ryan, and that it would build up to where he would attempt to kidnap his girlfriend. And I was a bit disappointed that the whole angle where Suleiman is pretty mad after Jack tells him they have his wife seems to go nowhere. Another thing that I felt was weird was that they had this relationship drama between Jack and Katie, which I thought was very forced. It was basically that he had lied about his job as a CIA analyst. I hadn't even known that he had lied because the way he described his job to her, I thought that was what his actual job at the CIA was. The way that this tension plays out makes it feel like it's not necessary, and I felt like her anger was a bit unjustified since she just wanted something casual and he literally works for the CIA. For me, this is one of the better Amazon original series. I can't say the best for sure because I haven't watched every Amazon original, but it's top tier stuff. So yeah, I would wholeheartedly recommend this 9, maybe 8 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this more of a quickie review, and if you did, please subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you all next time.